So for people that really aren't familiar with hypnotherapy, can you explain what it is?
I can, yes. So hypnotherapy is basically just a heightened state of focus where you're able to tap into, I mean, it's pretty on the nose, but tap into some unconscious things that you might not know are even happening. The subconscious is where all of our beliefs and thought patterns and emotions and everything we know that's true about us, everything we don't have to think about is all stored in the subconscious. So going there is a great place to start when you don't know why you can't achieve that goal, when you don't know why you keep getting into the same relationship over and over, when you don't know why you can't quit that habit that's driving you nuts. So I can kind of break down how the subconscious develops, and maybe that'll illustrate better how the process works. So when you're born, all babies are born with the fight or flight response and the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. So those three things, that's it. That's the basic template for a mind when you're born. And those are instinctual. So as you grow, you learn things about yourself. You experience things. Even as a child, that's why they say kids are sponges, because they're constantly taking in information. They might learn that they love chocolate and they don't like broccoli. They might learn that they love recess, but they don't like math, those kinds of things. So when a kid hits about, I mean, it's obviously different for each child, but between 7 and 9 is a good estimate. Between that age, you get what's called the critical filter, which kind of acts as a separation between what is now the newly formed conscious versus subconscious mind. So it kind of acts as a barrier between those. In the conscious mind, around the age of 7 to 9, you get your logic, your reasoning, your decision-making skills, your willpower. All of those things are kind of in your conscious mind, which is about 5 to 10% of your mind. That might be, I know we've heard that. It might be surprising to some people, but every time they do a new study, it ends up being a smaller number. So I think 5 to 10% is a good number for today. If I look at a new study after this call, it might be 2%, but it's a small number nonetheless. All of that stuff that we're using day to day when we talk to people, when we are out in the world, is about 5 to 10%. Of course, the subconscious is never asleep. It's always working in the background, but it is in the background. So as an example, as I'm talking to you, I'm choosing, hopefully choosing well the words to say, but the ability to say them is the subconscious. The hand gestures that you might have as you're speaking are subconscious. So they're constantly working together. Let's see, where was I? So about 7 to 9. When you have a thought, so let's fast forward to adulthood. When you have a thought or a desire or an idea that you really want to bring into your reality, I don't know, money's a good one. Or, eating healthy. I think that's probably a more appropriate one. Eating healthy. I want to eat healthy. I want to be healthy. I want to exercise. Whatever your health goals are, the idea is born in the conscious. It then checks in with the subconscious mind, going through that critical filter that formed around 7 to 9. If there's anything in your subconscious that goes against it, and it may not make sense, in fact, it probably won't. It probably won't make sense. But if there's anything well, we really like our couch time, or if we look really good on the outside, we might get unwanted attention. I've heard it all from clients. So there's things that will come up for you that you may not have even known were there, but there's resistance there. If it's something that you've never fully done before, or if it's something that you've tried and failed at, those are equally dangerous to your subconscious mind, and it will just kick it right back out. And that's why we sometimes feel very excited in the beginning of a goal. And then by the time we hit week 3 or 4, sometimes sooner, we kind of lose that steam. We feel defeated. We feel like, oh, why should we even do this? It's not going to work, whatever, that voice in your head. So there's something I do want to say about that voice in your head, but let me finish the illustration and then I'll go back to it. When you feel that way and you're wondering what's going on and why I can't achieve this, it's just simply because there's resistance. So what I can do with hypnosis is I take that beautiful, amazing goal, thought, idea, and I create with hypnosis kind of like a pathway through the critical filter. So if we can kind of think of the critical filter as the bouncer in a club, or the doorman, we're basically with hypnosis tipping the doorman $100 and getting in. We're getting into the subconscious. And when we're there, we can discover more about who you are and why you operate the way you do. We can gain clarity and wisdom. You can teach your subconscious what actually you want to believe versus what is in there, what you just kind of picked up along the way. And that's the most important piece, is just knowing that you have a choice. You have the ability to decide what your subconscious deems safe. So back to that voice. First of all, does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So back to that voice in your head that's like, oh, we can't do this, or it's never going to work, or you're not worthy, whatever. That's your subconscious programming. It's usually silly, but the thing that I want people to take away from that is your subconscious doesn't hate you. Your subconscious is never out to get you. The job of your subconscious is to keep you alive. So functioning, one foot in front of the other, breathing, right? Anything extra like happiness or fulfillment or success is stuff that you can teach your subconscious as safe, but it at the point when you're trying to achieve it, if it's never had it before and it doesn't know that it's safe, it is the boss. It's 90 to 95% of your mind. So it's going to win every time. So the goal is not to go against your subconscious. The goal is to get your subconscious on the same team as your conscious goal so that you have 100% of your mind working together to achieve that goal. And once you can get your subconscious on the same team as your conscious, it's already happening, because we're constantly churning out goals every single day. Like, you're manifesting whether you want to or not. You're manifesting every single waking moment. So deciding what it is that you actually manifest and what it is that your subconscious is working for is just like a game changer. It's just, I can't get enough of it. It's amazing.